one, action. One, action. One, action.
Hi. Hi.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls, and welcome to our production of Matilda the Musical. It has been an unprecedented and unpredictable kind of semester. We started off thinking that we were going to have a theater class and end our show on stage, and we wound up making a movie and learning so much. And we, of course, could not have done it without the talent of 15 extraordinary young people. So, ladies and gentlemen, us from our very own virtual red carpet, please join me in welcoming the cast of Matilda the Musical. Say hi, everyone.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
It's so nice to have you here today. Are we ready for our big premiere?
Yes.
Super excited. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us. And I have a couple of questions, just like at the real red carpet. You know, get on the red carpet with some questions. So I'm going to ask everybody who introduce themselves. We're getting a lot of background noise, and let's just. There we go. All right, wonderful. So I have a couple of questions for our actors, and we're going to start off with Carrie. Hi, Carrie. How you doing?
Hi.
Welcome. We're so happy to have you here this evening. Carrie, we wanted to ask you, are you excited for tonight's premiere and why?
I'm excited because I can sit back and eat popcorn and watch it like a movie.
Absolutely, and everyone loves popcorn, including me. Next up, let's ask Bellin. Bellin, how you doing today?
Hello, I'm good.
We're so happy to have you. So this is your first time ever being in a play, correct?
Yeah.
Can you please answer for us and tell us why did you decide to join?
Well, I really like dancing and singing and acting, so I thought theater would be really fun and all my friends do it.
Do you think it's something you'd want to do again?
Yes, definitely.
Wonderful. Well, welcome to the theater world, and the theater world is very lucky to have you. Next up, we would like to welcome Parker. Hi, Parker.
Hi.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Excited?
Yes.
Me too. Parker, how many shows have you been in?
Well, I've been in 4 if 2 of these really short plays counted. So I'm really excited about doing this because I felt like this time I had a bigger role and I had a lot more responsibility in this play. So I found this was better than the rest of mine.
Oh. We're so happy you had a great time, and we certainly had a great time having you on board with us. Next up, Miss Ariana, how are you today?
Good.
Welcome back. Ariana, how have you grown as an actress since the very first play you were in?
The first play, I think I grew from more practice, and like I grew better at singing, dancing, and acting. And to do that, you just need to practice.
Yes, you certainly do. And we've watched you grow as an actress, and it's certainly been a lot of fun. Next up, where is Lexi? There she is. Hi, Lexi.
Hi.
Lexi, what is your favorite thing about being on the stage?
My favorite thing about being on the stage is seeing all the people look at all the hard work that we have put into the show.
Oh, we love that. And it certainly is a lot of work, but a lot of fun. Next up, Kiara May. Hello, Kiara May. Welcome. We can't hear you, love.
Oh, hi. I'm so excited to be here.
We're so happy to have you here, Kiara May. Kiara May, how did you prepare for being in this play?
Well, I drove everyone in my house absolutely crazy by like practicing my lines and dances over and over again, and I even used my cat as Amanda. Poor Sven. You'll find out later in the show.
Oh no. Well, I know what she's talking about, and we hope your cat's okay. Next up, Maddie. Where is Maddie? Oh, there she is. Hi, Maddie. Welcome.
Hi.
Maddie, can you share with our audience a funny thing that happened during one of our rehearsals?
Of course. So once we were running a scene and Valentina, who plays Matilda, she looked like she was going crazy and I was really scared.
How did she look like she was going crazy?
She was flailing her arms around, and she was crazy, I guess.
Do we know why she was doing that?
Yeah, she was trying to convince another character to do something else.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. we had a good laugh about that one for sure.
Yeah.
Elise, I'm going to ask you the same question.
Okay. Well, one thing I found funny was when Miss Lisa went to the bathroom, we all played dead, and when she came back, she cracked up, and that was really funny.
Yes, and I came back, and what were you all doing?
We're laying on the ground, ooh.
It was very quiet. I knew they were up to something in there. And I came back and they were all on the floor and nobody was moving. It was first quite terrifying, but then very funny. All right, next up, Sophia. Hello, Sophia. Welcome.
Hi.
We're so happy to have you here today. Sophia, my question for you is, what was it like making a movie? Well, first of all, was this your first time making a movie?
Not exactly, but it was one of the very few times that I've ever made a movie.
And what was it like? How was it different than theater?
It was very different because we had to learn all of these different terms like quiet on stage, so the actors had to be quiet on stage, or quiet on set, so the actors who were backstage had to be quiet, or we have speed, which means we're recording. So yeah, it was very different learning all of these terms that we normally wouldn't have to use when we're on stage.
Yes, it was, and we were very happy to have Ed there teaching us all these wonderful terms. Next up, Alexis. Hello, Alexis. Welcome. Are you there, Alexis?
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Alexis, can you share a funny thing with our audience that happened during the movie shoot?
So the funniest thing for me that happened during the movie shoot was when I saw Zinnia and Harry together, just the two of them together made me crack up. The costumes, the hair was hilarious.
And what was the funniest thing about their costumes?
I liked Harry's mustache, and And Zinnia's like big blonde wig.
Yes. Yes, I agree. That was fantastic. I had no idea he was coming with a mustache, so it was a surprise for all of us. Thank you so much, Alexis. Next up, we're going to welcome Madison. Hi, Madison. Welcome.
Hi.
Madison, what was your favorite part of the show?
When Ariana's like, Ariana, who plays Lucy, is like, when I grow up, I'll eat sweets every day. And it's like, it just matches perfect with her because every time I go to her house, she eats sweets. Yep.
Yep, she's in that room with her and she's nodding her head. Wonderful. Next up, I would like to welcome Lily. Lily, how are you today?
Good.
How are you? We're so happy to have you here. Lily, what was your favorite line of the show?
It was when Zinnia said, "I look good today. You don't. Now you can see yourself out."
And what do you think? Is that a lot like Sophia, who played Zinnia, or not like?
I don't think Sophia would normally say that.
Very, very different than Sophia. Thank you for sharing that with us, Lily. All right. Next up, we want to welcome Noelle. Hi, Noelle.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Noelle, can you tell us what is the last thing you do right before you walk onto a stage?
I tell all my friends like good luck and break a leg.
Oh, we hear you in the background. I'm sure they absolutely appreciate that from you as well. Thank you for sharing, Noelle. Next up, and last but certainly not least, let's welcome Miss Matilda herself, Valentina. Hi, Valentina.
Hi.
Valentina, our last question for you is, what advice would you give a friend who is interested in being in theater but may be afraid to audition?
So advice I would give like a friend that wants to do theater that is nervous is to practice a lot, because if you learn your lines and like your dances quicker, you get like better roles.
And has that been your experience?
Yes, I've practiced Miracle a lot, which also helped me get the lead role as Matilda.
And we are certainly extremely lucky to have you as our Matilda today. Well, everybody, before we start our feature presentation, I just wanted to ask, and I think you're going to all be a little surprised to find out, who is joining us for our next production of High School Musical? Raise your hand. So I was so excited and surprised to learn that almost every single student in our class will be rejoining us for our next production. And because of this, and because we kind of got our first show out of the way and now I know what to expect, we have decided to expand our class to now allow for 25 students. So we will be bringing in a second teacher and we will be using a second dance studio. However, you saw how many hands went up, and there are only 8 spots available. So if you have not told me yet already that you would like to be in our next production of High School Musical, which auditions are on Saturday, January 23rd, take note of the web address that's about to pop up on your screen and get in touch with me as soon as possible. It's first come, first serve. We do not turn any students away, but as soon as we hit 25, we do close enrollment. All right. Well, now I am going to say goodbye to our fantastic cast, and they're all seeing this for the very first time. So thank you for joining us on the red carpet. You can leave our Zoom meeting and go join your families to watch the production. Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 Bye. Thank you.
So now that our fabulous cast has left, I just wanted to thank them all so very much for their candid talk, for sharing their experience that we've had over the past couple of months as we kind of together went into the virtual world and really made the best of everything. And I think you're going to be very pleased with the final product. While they're joining their families, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of the parents and the siblings who helped us on various aspects throughout this whole process. We certainly could not have done it without you, and we appreciate you from the bottom of our heart. And finally, I'd like to send an extra special thank you to Ed Huther and ID Unleashed Productions. He was our cameraman, and he filmed and edited the fantastic feature presentation that you're about to see. And I couldn't be more pleased. Thank you so very much, Ed, for all your hard work. And now, without further ado, we invite you to sit back, relax, and join us as we present the story of a very imaginative little girl named Matilda. Enjoy the show.
Moves in Motion School of Dance is a safer studio and follows the More Than Just Break Dancing Safer Studio guidelines. As a safer studio, we are committed to a high standard of safety and wellness measures. These measures include enhanced cleaning procedures, daily wellness checks for staff, frequent hand washing, social distancing practices, adjustments and modifications to our curriculum, updates and enhancements to our facilities, and continuous communication.
And now, our feature presentation, filmed on location at Moves in Motion's Dance School in Manhasset, New York. We present to you our socially distanced production of Matilda the Musical. Enjoy the show.
Yes, sir. 155 brand new luxury cars.
Harry, look at this. She's reading a book. That's just not normal.
Listen to this. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Stop scaring your mother with that book, boy. I'm a girl.
She's trying to tell me stories, Harry. It's just not normal for a girl to be all thinking.
I'll call you right back. Zinnia, I'm trying to pull off the biggest business deal of my life, and I have to listen to this?
What about me? I have the whole house to look after. Dinners don't just microwave themselves, you know.
But I'm gonna make us rich. Your genius husband is gonna sell this gullible businessman 155 old, broken down, straight out of the junkyard, brand new luxury cars. That's not fair. The cars will be dangerous. Fair? Listen to the boy. I'm a girl. Fair doesn't get you anywhere, you twit brain.
Well, I will be spending every cent of that money. But I won't be happy about it because of the horrible events of this evening.
This is all your fault, Matilda, with your silly books and your silly reading. You're off to school in a few days, and I know your headmistress Agatha Trunchbull. She's a very scary woman. She used to compete in the Olympics throwing the hammer. Just imagine what she's going to do with a horrible little boy like you.
I'm a girl!
Now go get ready for bed, you little bookworm. Jack and Joe went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they said their subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were meant to that way. Innocent truth of their story. Romeo and Juliet was written and started by the internet. get naughty. Just because we find that life's not fair, doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and words, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do what loves you. Nothing but a little thing like little stop you. To get around like a scared old property. Might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. Platinum blonde hair dye, extra strong. Oil of violet hair tonic for men. In business, a man's hair is his greatest asset. Good hair means a good brain. And now, the secret to my success. Oil of violet hair tonic for men. But nobody else is on board right for me. Nobody really knows my story. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Let me tell you, in business, a man simply cannot fail to get noticed when he looks like this. Ah! Your hair! It's green! My hair? What happened? Maybe you used some mom's peroxide by mistake. That's exactly what you did, you foolish man! My hair! My glorious hair! I have a big meeting. What am I gonna do? You can pretend you're an elf. What are you talking about? This boy's crazy. I'm a girl. My daddy says I'm his special little girl. I am a princess girl. I am a prince. Mom says I'm an angel. Mom says I'm an angel. Mom says I'm an angel. So you think you're able to survive this mess by being a prince or a princess? You should see no escaping tragedy. And even if you put in use of effort, you're just wasting energy. Cause your life, as you know, is ancient history. I'm a bird in jail. I'm trapped inside this cage, brainless, just spinning crown. With a push I can't remember. Like I know our lives have ended. For your happy days were over. Forever turns no healing over now. Unless you want to stop losing our peace, you hear from here, you come to the game, step of life, try to know it, extremely careful. What she said? Just you wait for the What's this A? Physical education. My daddy said I would be the teacher's pet. It was really fun. I couldn't find a Daddy said early the alphabet you got to learn to listen, kid. Study that you're able to survive this mess by being a prince or a princess. You'll soon see no escaping tragedy. And even if you want to self-effort, you're just wasting energy. Cause your life doesn't know what it's instant history. I'm a daughter in the jail. I'm trapped inside this cage, trained just feeling hell. Because I remember, like before my life has ended. For happy days were over. For return of healing on the
Didn't you hear what we said? Just you wait for Just you wait for Welcome, children. My name is Miss Honey, and today is a very special day. Your first day at school. Now, can anyone read what's on the board for me? Me. Pick me, Miss Honey. Miss Polly. I think we should leave it there. We want to put the blood vessel on your first day. Lavender is the word tomato. No, but tomato is a very good word. Matilda, I can now read words. So Matilda, you can read words. Yes, I need to learn to read words so I can read sentences, because basically a sentence is just a bunch of words. And if you can't read sentences, you have no chance at books. And have you read a whole book yourself? Oh yes, I love books. Last week I read quite a few. Quite a few. Matilda, what books did you read? Nicholas Nickleby, Oliver Twist, Jane Eyre, Lord of the Rings, Crime and Punishment, Secret Garden, and The Cat in the Hat. Whoa! Well, don't just stand there like a wax station and get on with it! Yes, Miss Central. There's Scholar Platinum to Wormwood and daughter of Mr. Harry Wormwood, who owns Wormwood Motors. Excellent man. Told me to watch out for the brat. Says she's a real ward. No, I don't think Matilda's that kind of child at all. What is the school motto, Miss Honey? Bam, eatum, est magnetum. Children are maggots. Yeah. I must have been her who put that safe up under my desk this morning. I'll get her for that. Thank you for suggesting that. I didn't. Miss Trunchbull, Matilda's a genius. Nonsense. It's in my opinion that she's been placed in an advanced class. What? But she's a striped and unhatched tadpole, and we cannot just encourage and reward. What kind of school would that be? What about the rules, Miss Honey? I believe Matilda is an exception to the rules. An exception to the rules? In my school! Look at these trophies, see how my trophies gleam in the sunlight, see how they shine. What do you think it took to become English hammer throwing champion? 1969. Do you think in that moment my big Roman came that I treated them rules with casual disdain? No, 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 no! If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. And if you want to make the team, you give me happiness or self-esteem. You just need to keep your feet inside the line. Sing, children. 2, 3, 4. If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. And if you want to achieve success, you give me sympathy or tenderness. You have to force the little squint to toe the line. Sing, Jenny. 2, 3, 4. If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. Now apply this one simple rule to have a learning life at school. Life's supposed to learn to throw it, find the silly line tight, and always keep your feet inside the line. Now get out! Silly, nasty, stinking, question-asking businessmen. Don't tell me. We're not rich. They took one look at the mileage on the first car and said that the cars were used. I told them the reason the mileage was so high was because of a manufacturing mistake. So you lied? Of course I lied. And they didn't believe you. Of course they didn't believe me. I've got green hair. And what's this? Another silly book? No, it's a lovely book. Well, you should read it. Well, here's what I think of your lovely book. No, it's a library book.
Now get out, you little stinkworm. Do we have any sticker book? Yeah, on the table. And while you're at it, why don't you stick your silly book to your silly head? Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and worries, might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. But nobody else is gonna put it right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. I've got my eyes on you, boy. I'm a girl. Matilda, let's ask you a question. Does this brain inside your head give you a headache? I mean, it's gonna hurt all squished up in there. No, I think they just fit. Well, I better be around just in case. If they took the ooze out of your ears, you're gonna need help. I'm Lavender. You think it's probably the best, because we're best friends. Ah! You have to hide me. Someone attacked the responsible sheriff. Someone took her I did, but I didn't. Now she's after me. That's not fair at all. When Anna, the principal, decides you're guilty, you're squished. They're saying she's gonna put me in choking. What's choking? They say it's covered in her office that she throws children into. They say it's lined with nails and spikes and broken glass. When did this happen? 20 minutes ago. Well, you're into it. Okay, everyone, use your sweaters, now! Okay, go back to class. Where is the maggot known as Nigel? He's under there. He's over there, under those coats. We're going to the last hour, actually. What, an hour? Yes. You see, unfortunately, Nigel suffers from a rare chronic sleep disorder called narcolepsy, which causes the sufferer to experience bouts of chronic fatigue until intending to sleep, often without knowing or any warning at all. You see, put it under those sweaters for safety. Didn't we? Yeah. Didn't we? Yeah. Yeah, sure. He'll probably think he's in his bed when he wakes up. Oh, is it time for school yet, Mom? Hey, this isn't my bedroom at all. Oh, hello, Miss Principal. Amanda Thrift. What if I told you about wearing pigtails? I hate pigtails. Then your mother is a twit. What is your name? Matilda Wormwood. Oh, so you're Matilda Wormwood. Well, you have just made a very big mistake. Just so you all know, Matilda is my very best friend. Oh. Yes, sir. All brand new stuff. Yes, completely different cars. Green hair? Oh, that was, National Green Hair Day, a celebration of all the wonderful green things in the world, like lettuce and snot. Tomorrow at 1? Absolutely, sir. Goodbye. And that is how you do. What? I'm gonna leave this on. It looks like rain. Come in. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Wormwood. I'm Miss Honey, Lucilla's teacher.
What do you want? We are very busy rehearsing for our dance lesson.
Apprende italiano? Viene, come sai? What?
This interruption is ruining my energy flow. What do you want, Miss Chutney? It's Miss Honey, and as you know, Matilda is in the bottom class, and children in the bottom class aren't really expected to read. Well, stop her reading then. We've already tried. Well, no, I hope to encourage. I don't think you understand. I hope to encourage her brilliant mind. Listen, Miss Peppy, I'm not in favor of girls getting all clever pants. Looks are more important than books. Now look at you and look at me. You chose books. I chose looks. Somewhere along the way, my dear, you've made an awful error. You ought to blame yourself now. Come along. You seem to think that people like people who are clever. It's very quaint, it's very sweet, but wrong. People don't like smarty pants, what go around claiming that they know stuff we don't know. Now here's a tip. What you know matters less than the volume with which what you don't know is expressed. Content has never been less important, so you have got to be loud. Girl, you gotta learn to stand out and stick out from the crowd. A little less fluff, a lot more heels, a little less back, a lot more feels, a little less brains, a lot more hair, a little less head, a lot more derriere. No one's gonna tell you what to take your push. Well, you gotta know how to under a bushel. No one's gonna look if you don't stand out. No one's gonna listen if you don't shout. No one's gonna care if you don't care. So go and put some highlights in your hair, cause you've gotta highlight what you got. Even if what you got is not a lot, you gotta be loud. You gotta give yourself permission to shine, to stand out from the crowd. A little less, a lot more sing. A little less, a lot more swing. A little less dressing like your mom. A little more ba-da-dum-bum, ba-da-dum. Oh, I look nice today. You don't. Now, good day. You can see yourself out. Stop being pathetic, Jenny. Just get on your feet, Jenny. That you're gonna march in there and give them a piece of your mind. Leave it alone, Jenny. The more that you try, the more you'll talk like a fool. This is not your problem. You've not got the spine. You are a teacher, just go back to school. But this little girl, this miracle, she seems not to know that she's special at all. I'm afraid I haven't been very successful in getting others to recognize your abilities, so starting today I'll bring a selection of very clever books that will challenge your mind. You may sit here and read them while I teach the rest of the class, and if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. How does that sound? Thank you, Miss Honey.
Matilda Wormwood.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
So you admit it.
Admit what, Miss Trunchbull?
This morning, you came to the kitchen like a serpent and stole most of my private chocolate cake.
No, I didn't. Miss Trunchbull, Matilda's been in here all morning.
Standing up for the little spitball, are you? Well, this crime took place before school started. Therefore, she is guilty.
Okay, look, I saw the case. And honestly, I was almost really sort of definitely thinking about owning up. Maybe, but the thing was, I was having a lot of trouble with my value. The Trunchbull's cake was so good that I got it down too quickly, and now it's beginning to fight back. See?
Matilda, you are a guilty little thief, and I shall crush you!
That was the biggest bird I've ever done. Now I have beautiful chocolatey birds that now seem to have a mind of its own, wafted into the face of the Trunchbull.
Bruce Bogtrotter!
Yes, Miss Trunchbull?
You liked my cake, didn't you, Bruce?
Yes, I did. I'm very sorry, but...
Well, as long as you enjoyed it, that's the main thing.
It is?
Yes, Bruce, it is.
Well, it is. Thank you.
Wonderful. Marvelous. That makes me so happy. What's the matter, Bruce? Lost your appetite?
Oh, yes, I'm quite full.
I will tell you when you are full, and I see that criminals like you are not full until you've eaten the entire cake.
But
no time for buts. Now eat.
But Miss Trunchbull, he'll be sick.
He should have thought of that before he decided to steal my cake. Eat.
He can't.
He can't. He surely can't. You are the man, Bruce. B-R-O-O-C-E. Bruce. Remember that he's up to too hard. For your appetite to politics, Bruce. With every swallow you were tightening the noose. We never thought it was possible. But here it is coming true. We can't have our cake, can't even juice. Bruce, the time has come to put that tummy to use. There's no excuse, Bruce. But after bells, I think you'll want your talons loose. Oh, confident, you're almost finished. You'll fit in with her, you do this, won't give in. Still let her win. Come on, Bruce, be our hero. Cover yourself in chocolate glory.
Too much. It's just too much. Come on, Bruce. You can do it.
Yes, go, Bruce! Sorry, Miss Trunchbull, I got carried away. That's okay, we all get carried away sometimes. Well done, Bruce. Good show. Now come along with me, Bruce.
What? Where?
Did I not mention? That was the first part of your punishments. There's more. The second part is choking!
What?
Please, no, Miss Trunchbull. Do you think I will allow myself to be defeated by these maggots? Who do you think I am, Miss Honey? A weakling? A fool? You?
But I did what you asked. No, please don't take me on a joking. No, no, no.
That's not right. When I grow up, I'll be tall enough to reach the branches that you need, to reach the quiet trees you need to fly when you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will be smart enough to answer all the questions that you need to know the answers to before you're grown up.
And when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day. On the way to work, and I will go to bed late every night.
And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will watch cartoons until my eyes go square, and I won't
around with you when you're a grown up. And when I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight when you are bed each night to be a grown up. And when I grow up, I will have dreams every day. And I'll play good things that come real and that I don't think of life. Now when I grow up, and the sun comes up and I will watch all day just lying in the sun. And I will stand 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown up. Gather around. I have something to share with my family. Not you, boy. I'm a girl. So there I was, with 155 old banged-up cars all polished up. But how could I possibly make the mileage go back? I couldn't very well drive each one backwards, could I? So using my incredible mind, I grabbed the drill, attached it to the speedometer of the first car, turned it on, and threw it in reverse. Within minutes, the car was reduced to almost nothing. 10 minutes later, the businessmen showed up. They were a scary-looking group wearing dark glasses and expensive suits. I don't know who they thought they were.
And did it work? Fantastico! Now I will be able to afford dance lessons all day long.
But they trusted you, and you cheated them.
What have we done to deserve a child like you?
You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to go down to that little school of yours and tell your teacher to never let you in again.
No!
And if she does, I'll have her fired.
And you will never read another book ever again.
Right. Why can't you just watch the television like a normal child? Or as the British say it, telly. Somewhere on a show I heard that a picture tells 1,000 words. So telly, if you bother to take a look, it's the equivalent of like lots of books. All I know I learned from telly is this big beautiful box of facts. If you know a thing already, baby, you could channel over just like that.
Endless joy and endless laughter, folks living happily ever after. All you need to make you wise is 23 minutes plus advertising. Why would we waste our energy turning the pages 1, 2, 3? Well, we can sing comfortably on a lovely bunch of seats. Lots of people singing and talking and doing stuff. All I know I learned from telly. The bigger the telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big telly just how clever I am.
What are you doing with those books? They're for Matilda. No. There's an age for reading and an age for being a filthy little toad. These are toads. Miss Honey, you believe in kindness and fluffiness in books and stories. That is not teaching. I need more water.
I'll get it, Miss Trunchbull.
Look at you all, flabby, disgusted, revolting. I think it's time to toughen you all up with a little fizz edge.
Hi, I'm Lavender, Matilda's best friend. The next bit coming up is all about me. Well, not exactly all about me, but I played a big part in it. As you may have noticed, I volunteered to give the Trunchbull's jug of water. Well, on my way back, I found a newt. And it's a really ugly creature that lives in the water. So, I picked it up and put it in Miss Trunchbull's drink. This is going to be great.
I don't think children should be that kind and fair.
That's because you are wet and weak. You are pathetic little newt. No! Look at me,
What is it?
You did this!
No, not me, Miss Trunchbull. It wasn't me.
You are going to pay for this!
Leave him alone, you big old bully.
How dare you! You are not fit to be in this school. You are no match for me, and there is nothing I shall not do. No length which I shall not go, and no punishment which I shall not inflict.
Just go over. I think we got it totally still can. Did you see that? That thing with my eyes? Really odd. Would you like to come and have a nice cup of tea with me? What do you think it is? This thing with my eyes? I can't pretend that I know, but I don't think you should be frightened of it. I think it has something to do with that brilliant mind of yours. You mean there's no room in my head for all of those brains? They just have to squish out of my eyes? Well, not exactly, but something along those lines. You certainly are a wonderful girl, Matilda. I met your mother. She is unusual. What about your father? Is he proud to have a daughter as clever as you? Oh, yes. He's so very, very, very proud. He's always saying, Matilda, I'm so very proud. That's not true, Miss Honey. He calls me a liar, and a cheat, and a nasty little creep. You see. So, what do you think of my home sweet home? Are you poor? Yes, very. Don't they pay teachers very much? Well, not exactly, but I'm even poorer than most because of other reasons. You see, I used to live with my aunt, but one day when I was on a walk, I came across this old shed. I completely fell in love with it and ran to the farmer and begged him to let me buy it. He thought I was crazy, but I've lived here ever since. But Miss Honey, you can't just live in a shed. I'm not strong like you, Matilda. My father left when I was very young. His name was Magnus. Then my aunt became my guardian. She was mean and cruel like you could hardly imagine, and when I got a job with the teachers, she presented me with a document for looking after me all those years. Every tea bag, every scrap of food, every electricity bill was on there, and she made me sign a contract to pay her back every penny. She even produced a document saying that my father gave her the house before he left. I found that very hard to believe. Just like I found his disappearance hard to believe. You think she did him in? I can't say. All I know is that years of being bullied by that woman made me, well, pathetic. Let's call the police. We have no evidence. Who is she? I can't say. Who? It's Miss Trunchbull? Yes.
This class is going to have a very special spelling test, and a child that gets one answer wrong shall go to Choky. Lucy, spell newt.
N-E-W-T. Newt.
What? She's cheating.
No, I'm not. Miss Honey taught us as well, fair, and kindness.
How dare you bring those words into my classroom? You, spell revolting.
Revolting. R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N-G. Revolting.
You spell am-telephone longer string Canary Georgia Single Goat.
But that's not a word. You made it up.
Spell it.
A-M-C-H-E.
Wrong. It was a silent Z. You're going to Choky.
Cat. C-A-S. Cat. You're gonna have to put me in Choky too. Dog. D-Y-E-N-D. Table. P-V-A-N-D. Me too.
What are you doing? Stop this.
You can't put us all in Choky. Banana. C-S-A-A-A-T. Magnet. T-S-P-Y. With a silent Z. Not no. S-N-O-O-O-O-O-O-O. Bully. T-R-U-N-C-H-B-U-L-L. Revolting.
P-X-Q 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Z. Revolting.
You can't put us all in Choky, huh? Did you think I haven't thought of that? I have a whole lot of Chokys in the short for each and every one of you. You see, children, there are two types of human beings in this world, winners and losers, and I am
The chalk. Look at the chalk. It's writing something on the board.
Who is doing this?
It says Agatha. This is your brother Magnus. If Mom Jenny's at her house, then leave, or I will get you like you got me. Run, 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 Never again will she get the best of me. Never again will she take away my freedom. And we won't forget the day we thought for life to be a little bit naughty. Never again will she be this much. Never again will she be and never again will daddy put my every miracle. Never again will we let behind doors. Never again will we go. Rolling children, never again will rolling children. You sing rolling songs, you sing rolling hands. We'll be rolling children till our rolling dance. And we'll have triple bolting, we're rolling it. We are rolling children, living in a rolling land. You sing rolling songs, you sing rolling hands. We'll be rolling children till our rolling dance. And we'll have triple bolting, we're rolling. Suddenly, a letter arrived that Miss Honey was now the owner of a beautiful old house. It was the house which had been previously sold by her evil aunt Agatha Trunchbull. Miss Honey moved in, and she was happier than she had been in her entire life. And Miss Trunchbull, she was never seen again. Until he was assured and knew how we should take over. Her name was Miss Honey, and was often considered the finest school in all the land. Matilda never used her eye powers ever again. She said it was because she no longer needed them. But sometimes I would look at Matilda, this little girl who was so much taller, but who was said her parents were mean and cruel and called her names. Just wish I could do something. But perhaps the truth is not all stories with happy endings. Don't just stand there, everyone's in Spain. Spain? But why? Because this twit braid seemed to think it was a good idea to sell 155 old beat-up cars to the mafia. Come on, let's go, boy. She's a girl, and a very special girl, and she can stay here with me. What? Mr. and Mrs. Wormwood, I would love to take care of Matilda, and I would treat her with kindness and respect. You want me to leave my daughter here with you? Dad, you call me your daughter. Do you want to stay here with Miss Honey? Yes, I do. Well, we are a bit short of room, so yes. Thank you. And Matilda left into Miss Honey's arms and hugged her, and Miss Honey hugged her back. And I hardly noticed as the Wormwood sped away into the distance. Because they had finally found each other. Yes, they had found each other.
Thank you so very much for joining us for our live virtual premiere of Matilda the musical. We had so much fun doing this, and we again would like to thank all the parents, family, friends, Ed Huther, and especially Moves and Motions Dance Studio for letting us rent their space to run our performance. We are eagerly awaiting for the theaters to reopen again. But until then, we have a beautiful home to record our shows and continue acting and performing. Now, before we end our evening, I would like to bring in the man of the hour, the gentleman who played Mr. Harry Wormwood. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miles Cohen. Hi, Miles.
Hi.
Welcome back. Did you enjoy the show?
Yeah.
We had so much fun having you here. A lot of questions that I got was, were you able to keep the money?
I wish.
Me too, me too. Miles, I'd love it for you to wrap us up this evening, and I want to ask you one super duper important question. And my question is, tell me a little bit about what's the best thing about being an actor?
Well, one of the best things I think that acting is, one of the best things that about acting is that in life you only have one personality, but when you're acting or in theater, you can have multiple personalities, and I really like that.
So you like to be somebody a little bit outside of who you are every day. Miles, is this something you think you'd want to do forever and ever?
Yeah.
Yeah? I really hope you do, Miles, because you're an extremely talented young man, and
Thank
we're
you.
so lucky to have you.
Thank you.
So much for joining us, Miles.
Thank you for having me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this wraps us up for the day. And again, if you are interested in joining us for our next production of High School Musical, don't wait. Get in touch with me now. We have 8 spots left. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you at our next performance. Good night. Thank you, parents, students, family, and friends for your continued support over the years. I would like to take this opportunity to wish you all happiness and health in this upcoming year.